Welcome to Prima's e-guide for tribes. We've covered some excellent defensive strategies to this point. Now let's go on offense and see about destroying them and getting to that flag. The key to offense is travel speed. That may sound strange, but many players in medium or heavy armor spend half the game clunking along where they could be engaging the enemy. The following strategies, like many in this e-guide, apply directly to popular mods like Renegades or Havoc. An in-depth strategy section on these new mods for tribes will be available in this e-guide next month. Still, in most cases, you can apply these basic principles even to the original version of Tribes. There are several ways for offensive players to get to the other base in a hurry. They can take a ride on an APC vehicle, but are often at risk from inexperienced pilots as well as enemies who will take pot shots at these large and slow targets. Another option is to set up a mobile teleport station for a quick return. But a growing number of players have practiced and perfected the weapons launch with all-terrain skiing approach. Here is a good example of this basic technique. The player shown here uses the percussive force of their projectile weapon, usually the disc or rocket launcher, but sometimes even a mortar, to catapult them toward the enemy base. Hitting their jump button in rapid succession as they hit the downside slopes, these skiers gain greater speed while recharging for the next jet jump, which usually acts like a sort of ski ramp, propelling them high and at great speed towards their object of destruction. You've seen an example here of the principle. It must, of course, be practiced. Now let's take a look at how it works in a real game. Here our friend Emily, an outstanding pilot, not only uses the terrain to blaze a trail to the other base, but has almost pre-programmed routines for firing mortars towards the expected defense. The words "incoming enemies" is a total understatement. Again, travel speed is the important factor because players respawn near or in their own base. Your opponent gets killed in an open field duel near his base. He'll be right back again and again until he exacts his pound of your flesh. But if you die, argh! When's the bus leave? But in reality, once you've practiced, there's not much reason for you to leave their base at all. As a base destroyer, you really want to be like a rude and unwanted in-law who drops in for a visit only to stay for a few years. Okay, what do you do first? Right off the bat, you want to take out their base power source or outside defenses using mortars from afar and plasma bursts up close. Then, after rendering their base defenseless and having stuck them with respawning in only medium armor, go ahead and cap their flag. But you don't have to be in a hurry to leave. Hand the flag off or hang on to it and go on a rampage. Insults can be added to their many injuries as you hose them down with your Vulcan as they try to make repairs.
How'd that feel?
Then drop mines by their repair packs and generators. And if it becomes too quiet, you can just eat all their food, make some long-distance phone calls, invite your teammates over to roam the halls and kill respawns because you have effectively removed all their real choices. Then, when you're good and ready, go back to your base and deliver the flag. Travel speed and inventory is the key to being a good heavy base destroyer. Armed with mortar, grenade launcher, the Vulcan, and usually the shield repair or ammo packs, heavies rock. Make sure, after hosing down your opponents though, that you snatch up their repair kits, do some necessary repairs before continuing your rampage. And don't forget to pack the mines. Now the whole purpose of decimating the opponent's power supply and or defenses is to make their flag regularly vulnerable for capping. Here's where flag capping routes are valuable. Watch as Emily uses the terrain to quickly sweep up the opponent's flag and return to base. Note how the natural terrain is used for soft landings and to pick up speed via skiing and then to launch the player at full velocity to the intended destination. These flag capping routes have been practiced and tested to utilize the principles we've covered earlier in this training. Note how fast and efficiently the flag is nabbed and returned for points. This game will not last long. Several examples of these flag capping routes are available for download and viewing through your tribe's demo engine. Download them here from this Prima e-guide and file them in your tribe's recordings folder. Watch, 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 practice, practice, practice. Then, suit up like a heavy and play like a pro.